So yeah, again, guys, it's Diaphone. Um, Exo link it on the chat if you guys wanted to um follow Diaphone. This is his. Oh, never mind. Let me move myself so you guys can see it. Yeah, this is the spelling for Diaphone, as you can see. That's the spelling of his name. Because I'm gonna make like a this like a big, and then I'm gonna make like the ultra big. I'm really sorry, Diaphone. Gonna use your content. I'm really sorry we're gonna use your content, but we're just gonna watch you. Okay, we're gonna watch you. Because EXO said that you have like this kind of thing about how to balance school, work, and school with fighting games. So yeah.
If yeah, I didn't even include the part of the I have a wife too. I think the wife actually helps though. That's the issue. Hey, what's up YouTube?
Mario
This is
equals 300
Diaphone.
hours.
Now
May
this
your
video is
family
gonna be a little
shared from
different. I
Mario
don't talk about
1200
this
hours.
much,
So who
but I'll talk
actually
about
owns the
content
game?
creation
This is
and
something that not
competing
really
at the
talk about.
highest
I find
level in a
you're
few different
invited to
games.
the
I also have a full-time
Boodle
career. I
fight.
have my master's and my certification in a field called industrial hygiene,
Yeah, I
and
don't
I
know if
use that
anyone talk
to
about
serve
this, but
as
Diaphone is a
full-time advisor
low-key sick
in the field.
IGN.
And I
It's
get the
very
question a
nice, but
lot,
when you
Diaphone,
know
how
who
do you
he
manage
is,
all these
he is.
priorities, content,
Yeah, I
competing, and
really like
career? I'd like
Diaphone's
to kind
name.
of talk
Like,
about
it's
that
actually
today.
really
So I
rare.
think the
I
first thing that it
wanted to
comes down
make
to
like a
is proper
good
management of
IGN for a
time.
very long
That's
time,
this is
guys.
something I think
I
that
wanted
sounds
like
easier than it
something
actually
sick.
is. But let's
Like
be
you
realistic.
don't
Playing
know that
games,
I'm
like any other type of
freaking.
skill, the amount of
I'm a
hours you
freaking
put
like
into it
small
varies
person
very
that plays
deeply, right?
fighting
Sometimes it
games.
seems like
Like my
you have
game,
an inherent
I want to have like
disadvantage
an
because you're
IGN that
juggling a
felt
lot of
like
priorities.
you're playing
So
up
because
against like a big
everyone's could
person, but in
potentially put more
reality,
hours into the
you're
game
playing
than
up
you,
against
it
like a
kind of seems like a
small
disadvantage, but
one.
I don't think so. I think not all the time playing the game is equal. I think a
Let me
lot of
eat my
people don't practice something.
nips
It's
up
called deliberate practice,
while
where
watching.
people don't focus on key activities that will make you succeed in these fields. Right? I'm a big believer in the 80-20 rule, the Pareto principle. It basically states that for many different outcomes,
Sick.
roughly 80% of the
Nips. I said
consequences or
nips. I'm sorry.
80% of your success in
Her
a
also
given
doesn't look
field,
the part.
including
He
fighting
looks like a
games,
very
comes from
cool and kind and
20%
handsome
of
teacher, but
the
is a
process,
flipping
right?
little
Which means
bitch.
that if you focus on a
Yeah.
few key things, then you can kind of
No, I
maximize your
can do
time, right?
that
I think
one. You
maximizing your time
mon.
is
No,
really
no,
key,
no, no,
right?
no, no.
So for me, what
I
does that
stumbled
look
my
like?
own
I
words
think
with
a
that
lot
one.
of
No, no, no.
people play way more ranked than me, where I think I have more emphasis on certain
Huh?
matches, right?
You want tissue, guys? Let me make it loud. Sorry if it was so low. Thank you for telling me that.
So I try to enter
Can you
tournaments
hear it
because again, my
now?
goal is to win tournaments, right? And I also try to have longer sets of players with my skill
Can you hear
level
it
and
now,
also
guys?
review footage as opposed to just mindlessly
Okay,
grinding
good.
rank. I think that's more effective. I know other
Nice,
top
nice, nice, nice,
players
nice.
kind of think the same thing. And if I do play ranked, it's a very specific goal of mine, right? It's I'm playing ranked because I want to try out this new combo or I want to try out this new concept and see if it's actually viable against random Johnny Donuts in ranked,
That
right?
one.
I think a lot of people get into
I
the
think you guys
trap
can
of,
hear me
hey,
now.
I'm going to play this game to procrastinate or I'm going to play to waste time and not necessarily have a goal in mind. And while that, can improve, I don't think it's as effective as, using the time deliberately. I think it's also important to learn effectively. There's tons of books on the subject, but my TLDR is if you have
Just
fun,
rain.
you're
Okay.
very curious with your exploration, you're very consistent with your practice. So instead of, playing a crap ton for 1 or 2 days and then taking like a long break, I try to focus on like 1 or 2 hours every day. And it's again, always having that purpose, always play with deliberateness. And even on the content side, right? Like I might stream less or upload less than the average person, but I try to make the most of what I do and have it, well thought out, right? The other thing that time management is like learn to say no. I mean, in school and in career and fighting games, I think being comfortable with saying no is really important, right? Fighting games, this could be, someone that wants to play a set for you and you don't think it'll really benefit you. Like you don't owe anyone a set, right? Like you should be playing it because you want to do it. Same thing with career. Like I've turned down opportunities because I knew it would cut into my work-life balance. It's all about, making sure you're true to yourself and sticking to your priorities and doing what you want to do. So I think the second key
Actually,
is avoiding burnout. I noticed a
um,
lot of like
there's one point he said that I actually really like. This is also what I do way back then when I was still working in that automotive shop. That you can spend fighting games for 1 to 2 hours. Way before I met Mir, I actually played Tekken 7 for like 1 or 2 hours in a day because I was like practicing. I really wanted to improve in the game. It was hard for me to go through with the mistakes I normally have. I just like go with it. But the 1 to 2 hours game that he actually said that you can invest in one day, it actually was a really good one because you're not gonna exhaust yourself. At the same time, you can, after that 1 to 2 hours on your set of the game, why not try to use the other 1 hour again for, let's just say, 2 hours on playing and then another 1 hour. So total time for fighting is like 3 hours. After an hour, after the 2 hour set or maybe like a 1 hour set, add another hour to try to think about like what the things that you need to do, or like if you wanted, or maybe like just record your games at the same time and learn things with it. It's something that I actually do way back then, like 1 to 2 hours only. Because I also exhaust myself too much, and I can play that much. But sometimes, like if I have mood, it's more than 1 hour when I play. It's not because I wanted to learn, but more because sometimes learning, I mean, sometimes playing, and you really enjoy it. More, it's really more than 6 hours. I swear. I remember like when I was like I was too much playing SF6. I play like I played where I more it was like 8 hours nonstop playing Street Fighter 6, and yeah, it really depends. But yeah, if you have work stuff like that, I also do the 1 hour quota thing, where you can also like it was a really good technique. I swear, you don't really need to play too much. You just need to play like moderately as it is while learning. That's also what I said in drawings. When I teach people in drawings, I have a student in drawing, okay? When I teach him, I always told him, in every drawing you make, you can sketch in a day, but you can't learn in a day at the same time with your sketch. You need to know whenever you draw, every time you draw again, the mistake you made from the past, you need to try to get something new with it. Like, try to, like, don't do the same mistake again for the next time you draw. I know it's kind of hard to do it, but you can immediately do that one in drawing just because you can see visually your old drawing and how you can improve it. That's I always what I actually say to my student in drawings. That's the main reason I was so proud of him right now, cuz finally like he's getting through with um not being good with picking the colors, with not being good with the line art and stuff like that. Cuz if you draw and draw, same with fighting games, if you play and play and play without even learning, the bad habits will be there and you can't change your bad habits anymore. That's the same thing with drawings. It's the muscle memory that will ruin you. That's the main reason, like, every time you play, if you know something wrong with your game or something wrong in whatever you're doing, change it the next time. Because, that's something that will help you throughout your journey in anything in your life. And that's what I did with my drawing. That's the main reason I achieved the art style I have right now. Even though I'm not the best artist out there, but it's a good practice also that you can do even in other games. I just wanted to say that one, to be honest. I'm really sorry to cut off Diaphone. We'll get back to him. That's what I do now, lol. Since I only have 2 hours or free time after work, I'm forced to be productive, lol. BRB attorney is outside my house. Okay, lol. I'll send regards, lol. I think gamers should have a cool word like fire for fighting gamers. It should be just frame, bro. That's pretty sick. Yeah, finally learns what just frame says for me. But yeah, let's go on with it.
Content creators, a lot of people in the FGC, they're like, I'm gonna be the best, or I'm gonna make content, and they do really well for like a short amount of time. They hit the gas too much and then they run out of steam, right? That's basically what burnout is. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
not
yeah.
a very effective way to play, right? What's more effective, going to the gym consistently every day over a long period of time, or spending 7 hours in a gym and then not going to the gym for the next 6 days, right? Like, you just do the math that you need to have a consistent
Because
routine.
that's only
And I
what
think some other
I
things
tried to
that help
stop for
avoid
myself.
burnout, besides
Is
just
I
being
play
consistent
too
and
much
not like
to the point
overreaching
that I can
are
burn out
making things a
is
habit
something
so
that I don't
they
want to
become
happen for
automated,
me.
right? So my daily routine is
That's why I
after I get home from
play
work, I
minimal
chill for a little bit, I eat, and then
in fighting
I
games.
play Strive or whatever game I'm focusing on at the time. And like it's just automatic at this point, right? It's not something I have to like will myself to do. It's something that like it just comes naturally because I've done it so many times,
I
right?
guess
So
I'm
it's about
eating.
making a habit so you don't like get that willpower drain. The whole I fall into a lot is I see some people that are basically neats and they play like 300 ranked matches a day, and I know I can't compete with that, right? And sometimes I want to compete with it, like that guy's playing 300 games, like I need to play 300 games, and I can't do that. And it's recognizing that like the most effective way to improve is to go your own pace. Like you can't look at others and see what they're doing
Yeah,
because
I
if you
wanted that
overextend,
one,
you'll burn out.
Diaphone.
So it's about like
You just
sticking
made,
to the
you
maximum you
just
can do,
splat something on my
maintaining
face
your,
right
how
now.
do I
You're
say,
like,
consistency,
bam,
right? So
throw
one of
in
the
your
keys for me is
face.
to make sure I have fun with the game, right? I literally
Yeah,
go
that's
out of the
a,
way to make
I
sure the
kind
game
of
is
like
fun.
this
So for
one.
me,
I
that's
actually like
playing the
this
games
one.
I want to play. That's playing the characters I want to play. So maybe I'm not picking the most top tier character, but I'm picking a character that's fun
Yeah,
to me because
yeah,
I
yeah.
know
I
in the
love
long run
this one.
that'll help me.
I love that one. I may not pick a top tier character. Yeah, actually, yeah. There's no such thing as tier list. I mean, yeah, they have tier list for a reason, yeah, right? But if you enjoy a character that is low tier and you're a casual player, don't make don't think that your character sucks just because it's low tier. You can learn a lot of things with your low tier characters, the struggles with it, but the achievement on winning with this character is more admirable than using like a high tier character, but then it was like easy game for you. Tier list never exists for me. I might be using Jury, guys. I might be using Jury, and Jury is a top tier character. But I never picked Jury because she is a top tier. I picked Jury because I love her gameplay. I picked Jury because I love her play style. I mean, her character design. I never thought of her of like something that I would use to be like the very best. I wanted to use her as someone that I can pull out the full potential of the character itself. As long as I can use her the way I wanted her to be. Sometimes I felt like Jury is not for me, but at the same time I can't give up on her because I really love the character itself and I can't let go of her anymore. This is me being a loyalist in characters, to be honest. Cuz me being a loyalist, I never get bored with the character I use. I have a struggle with picking up other characters because I already love the character that I have right now. I learned how to love the character I have, even though sometimes I hate my character because they don't have this kind of things at the same time. But in some ways, the character you have sometimes have an answer for the character some of the high tier characters that some characters can answer with. To be honest, and yeah, you always need to wash off tier list. If you're competitive, why not think about the tier list? Yeah, but if you're a casual player, just use whatever you want. I'm a new player in SF6 and I pick up Jury. Do you think that would stop me from using low tier character? I wanted to start GBF. I'm gonna pick Grimnir and Lancelot, and those characters are not even friendly for newbies in Grand Blue. Do you think I think about tier list? That's why as much as how hard the character is for newbie, if you're dedicated in learning them, then go on with it. No one would stop you as long as you really enjoy them. Go on with it. I always push that one because as someone who plays fighting games, and been judged. Okay, I've been judged a lot because I pick characters that are really hard to get by, and a lot of people have been encouraging me to use these characters just because of how hard they are. I never get affected by them anymore because I know it really hurts actually when someone when a a fighting gamer generally will tell you that you're bad with the character you're using, you need to use your other character. It really hurts your ego. That's what actually happened to me in Kunomitsu at the same time. A lot of people told me that I should just stick with my Alisa, or I could just like go on with easiest character like Josie, or maybe I can just like pick up Asuka. It's because like they're easy character that you can use. Unlike Kunimitsu, because Kunimitsu is a mix of character, but I was like too straightforward. A lot of people told me that way, and it never stopped me on loving Kunimitsu nonetheless. So, um, always think like whenever you pick characters in fighting games, if you really wanted to play it, don't think too much about what people say to you. Like just because just because they said that you're a newbie, just because they said that you don't have any future with it, you can still play the game, you know. It's not like it's their game. It's not like it's their time. It's not their money you actually spent on. Just go on with it. As long as you enjoy the game, as long as you enjoy a character, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with enjoying games. That's it. Cause I swear, um, me experiencing this kind of like discrimination, because I experienced a lot of discrimination in my life as a gamer, guys. It's not something new as a gamer myself that I've been discriminated a lot, but it never get me disencouraged. I never got this courage by those kind of people that I should stop playing the games. That is not actually what female do. Enjoy those kind of games, even though it's so freaking hard. It's really just a matter of like what you really like. It's always been that way. That's why tier list doesn't. I don't care about tier list. I was even wishing that Jury was actually low tier, but I'm kind of sad that it was a high tier character, to be honest. I was like mad at it too. I was even mad at it. I was even mad when Kunimitsu became top tier at the same time. I was using her for 2 years that she was even the lowest tier you can ever use. But still though, and but still though, I still love those characters. That's the main reason that I don't want to play Tekken 8, because I still don't see my Kunimitsu. I'm still kind of depressed. I don't have my character. But yeah, I'll still use Reina as it is. We will find our ways. Yeah. Tiers will matter at a certain level in competing. Yeah. Generally, the golden rule is picking a character you like. The list you might matter at high stakes, but if you can be unique with a low tier, it doesn't matter. That is true. The thing that people also do is a top tier shame, which is pretty f up. The thing with me with people that play low tier characters, from my experience, is they use low tier picks as an excuse to save their ego. More like more likely they try to um push the low tier characters, right? Like, oh, I'm using low tier and you're using high tier. You're so dumb because you're using high tier, but you can defeat me. It's something that way actually. Yeah. Attorney said happy new year. Yeah, tell attorney happy new year also. Yeah, actually, it's that way. Even for me, I knew Grimnir is kind of low tier right now, to be honest, but I don't really care that much. Cause to be honest, like I wanted to look I wanted to learn Grimnir because Grimnir became my new husbando in Grand Blue. I picked Lancelot in Grand Blue, not because he was an S tier. He was freaking low tier in the first game. Not because he was an S tier, because he was my husbando for a very long time in Grand Blue. What do you mean? He will be my main relink. He's the character I'm gonna use on relink for a reason, guys. I've been a fangirl of Lancelot, guys. I have a freaking folder of Lancelot. I have a freaking keychain of Lancelot. Why? Because I love him. It's just that way. It's really just that way. Lizard Claus, my character is bad. Winnie Claus, I'm better than you, but my character is still bad. Yeah. Some people are just like that. Anyways, people place their main lower that they should, which is normal. You know, your character is your main when you feel their weaknesses. Yeah, that is so true. Anyways, we're gonna continue. Diaphone. Just go month one as of six to this day. People tell me I'm carried by Marisa and she is broken, and I'm like, yes, I am carried. Marisa carried me to victory. Lol. Actually, I don't even think that um Marisa is even that. easy to use to carry yourself throughout this kind of journey in SF6. I swear. I don't believe in those words because it's for me. Being carried by the character doesn't even make sense for me. But more likely, you have been carried by your own self. You've been carried by your own knowledge in the game. It's not because of the. Try to make. Okay, let's just say, okay. Oh, you've been carried by Ken. Oh, you've been carried by Luke. Oh, you've been carried by JP. Let them. Let the character be used by a newbie fighting gamer. Or maybe like an intermediate player of fighting gamer. And let this player do like a mirror match also. It really depends on your skills. Always depends on your skills. Always believe on skills more than the character itself. Because you won't pull out the potential in the character if you're not good with the game. I always think that way. Why? That's the main reason I pick character. If it's not for me, I pick different characters. But at the same time, it's because I'm trying to find a character that will that I can give out their full potential more than I pick a character because they're good. Just because they're good. Oh, your tier list is like high for this like. I mean, competitive wise, you can pick high tier. There's nothing wrong with it if you pick high tier on competitive wise. It's just because you need to be good, and at the same time, you need to be on top because that's how you go through with competitive games. But if you're like semi-competitive or like casual players out there, you don't need to think about that much, to be honest. Enjoy the game. It's not something. I swear, I swear, that to people that have been asking me about fighting games in my stream that are curious, I always tell them like you can pick whatever you want that feels for you that you wanted to use. There's nothing wrong with it. Even though how complicated it is, there's nothing wrong with it. You carry Marisa, okay. Speaking of that, Mayor, may utang kang set sa akin. I sorry, laro tayo soon. 801's writer replied to someone in chat shaming him that he switched to Marisa from unknown, and he was like, "If you play low tier and you behave like this, you should be ashamed." That's like some I don't know if I can say the word energy. Yeah, you can just like chat it, but I'm not gonna read it. Sorry talaga, Lods. Laro tayo. Try natin weekend naman. Okay, let's continue this. We're done with this kind of story, but yeah. I just wanted to point it out. If you, because people, because you might one day experience this kind of experience like I also, um, uh, yeah, I also experienced. I was redundant on that one. When one day you'll meet someone that will actually test your faith on your character, and I hope that you're not gonna get wavered by it, just because I know some people who um have been like me also in certain games, not only fighting games, in a lot of certain games that I know that have been struggling because of that one. Because a lot of people told them of like how dumb they really are. They can't learn how to use this character and such. Like you shouldn't be stopped on something that you like. You can stop on playing games if you felt like it's toxic, okay? But if someone just dictates you that you're bad at the game or like you're bad at using this character, don't let them be. To be honest, don't let them be. Just walk away from them and delete their existence to your mind because they're not worth your time. That's always been that way. And when Strider said that's like some there's like a famous FGC clip that blew up about picking top tiers. Lol, 801 Strider was not letting himself trash talk to Punk. But yeah, that's my point, guys. I hope you guys get my point over picking characters. Because I've been that way. Mirror Nemesis actually is how do you call that one? It's a sole witness of how I usually pick characters. He saw me simping over Grimnir, guys. It's like whenever I see Grimnir, oh my gosh, it's Grimnir! I want to use them so bad! It's a different feeling when you use your character already, okay? Than using a character that you are forced to just because it's high. It's because someone told you so, okay? Oh, I'll save this one because we're finishing the phone's video first. Okay, good. Let's go.
avoid burnout, and that'll help me to get better placements as opposed to picking a top tier character I don't enjoy. Maybe in the short
Let's
term
go
it'll be
back.
good, but in the long term I think it's a losing strategy and it won't help me become a stronger player. All right, third thing is take care of your mental. It's very tempting when you're trying to grind multiple things to focus on short-term gains, right? It's really tempting to cut down on sleep and like sleep 5 hours a day in order so I could play a couple extra hours of rank.
Yeah, you
And maybe
heard
that
that,
will help in the short
Mayor?
term, but in the long term, you're gonna
You
be
heard
sleep
what
deprived
Diaphone
and you're not
said?
gonna be able to learn as fast. It's also gonna cut into your other activities that you're trying to improve at, right? So the way I rationalize is those couple extra hours of sleep will help not just only in fighting games, but all the other things I want to do. That it's beneficial for me to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Same thing with working out. I'd make sure I work out every day, and the way I rationalize it is when I'm working out, part of the reason I'm doing it is like I recognize that 1 hour workout plus 2 hour playing game is going to be more progress for me and improving at fighting games than just playing 3 hours in the game, right? Because it's going to give me healthier minds, going to make me function at a higher
78 makes
level,
me
and the
lethargic.
hours that I do play are going to be more effective, right? So even though I know
Play
it's
that
stuff
part
people
again
don't
for
want to hear, I
Mayor.
think it's really beneficial. I think it's like almost a
Mayor,
necessity if you
heard
need
that
to,
one?
if you want to juggle multiple things at the same time, is to make the most of your time. Another thing I'd say is like get your
Yeah, my
IRL
time
shit
on
in order,
fighting
right?
games
Like let's say you're a
may
student and you're
supposed to
playing
be like
Strive, but you
time
have
for
an
fighting
essay due
games
the
end
next
up to be
day. How
sleeping.
well are you gonna play where between every match you're thinking I should really do that essay? That's not effective practice.
Our
And the amount
dragon
of people that
player.
use like a video game to procrastinate on what they should actually be doing
Isn't
is
your
kind of
brother a
mind-boggling, and it's
GGST
not
player
something
more
that will
than
actually
anything
help you
else?
with. But if you play with a clear mind, you have your responsibilities in order, you carve out a specific amount of time to stream or play a game, you're gonna play plenty of a clear conscious, you're gonna learn more effectively, I'll show be in order too. It's just a win-win-win all around, right? If you're really motivated to get good at fighting games, use that motivation to do the other shit in your life that one will help your life, but also help you learn fighting games
Oh
better,
yeah.
right? And I
Oh
think
yeah.
you need a good way
One
to
thing also that I never told you guys. From last year, I was always getting depressed. Um um I was actually getting depressed with fighting games. I was getting depressed with games. I know if you've been following me for a very long time, you know me that I posted on Twitter that I actually go through a clinic to test to so I could open up for my mental health. And everything changed from that point on. I did they prescribed me antidepressant actually. I was labeled as depressed. So like literal depressed. So that's the main reason I drank like um antidepressant at the same time. I was like drinking for like the whole 2 weeks because that's what the doctor said. And at the same time, um it actually helped me throughout with my life choices after that afterwards. I enjoy more now than anything else. I never think, I mean, I still think about bad things. I still think with bad times. Yeah, of course it doesn't really fell off with my mind, top of my mind, but it really helped me um really appreciate more about the games I play. I know I don't appreciate life that much, yes. But my time, though, I appreciate my time a lot that I could play this kind of things just because I never gave up my life. So I did that therapy session just because I wanted to change something in me when it comes to fighting games. It's a big step for me just to not forget like how I could enjoy fighting games. Because at that time, I was like so burnt out with Tekken at the same time. Just so you know. And I felt like if I don't change what was on my mind as a player, especially I was going through the phase now on getting into FGC at that time, and I wanted to improve with my game. The first step I did is for me to have to go to the clinic to test myself and then to get my medicines for an antidepressant. At the same time, it also helped, mentality wise, it really helped me go through properly on what I need to do in fighting games. That's the main reason, like, mental health is really something that you need to think about more than anything else. Because if you have like a low mental health thing, it's gonna be really really bad. So it's a big step. It really was a big step for me, and at the same time, I was really thankful that I was like brave enough to go to a clinic all by myself, by the way, all by myself, to test myself out from a doctor. And that antidepressant really helped me, though I can't play actually at the time. I stopped playing. I didn't stream at the same time. I took a rest for the whole 2 weeks. I took a rest. I never played games. I didn't go through social media. I was the only social media I have was Twitter, but I was not that active. I only update stuff about my mental health at that time. Um, yeah, for the whole 2 weeks, I was all by myself. I was really reflecting at the same time, and right now I still enjoy a lot of things now. Unlike in the past, where everything that goes wrong with me, I always get depressed. Unlike right now, that whenever there was like a problem, I don't shook it off. More likely, I face it head on. But sometimes if I can't, just I just go on and get rid of it. To be honest, I don't like it. So, but yeah, like facing my problems right now, unlike in the past when I was still always been depressed, like was different. Though I still get depressed once in a while, but at least it's like it's lessened now. But yeah, mental health do helps. So always keep up your mental health, guys. Especially it's New Year, guys. It's New Year. You need to take care of yourself. Yeah, that'll match me in equal skill, but when I use Nago, it's a different story. Yeah,
To, how do I say,
because
like
you're a monster,
de-stress,
Nago
right? So there's a few things
Nagoryuki.
I do: yoga, meditation, hiking. I like the sauna as well. Journaling, I occasionally do. I think are all beneficial to your mental. You just have to figure
Yeah,
out
I
what
just wanna
works
open
best
up.
for you, right? But you have to give yourself room to think about the game. You have to give yourself room to decompress. And this kind of goes into, like, again, optimal learning, optimal performance. But I think you
Yeah,
kind of
thank
have
you
to
so
do these
much,
things in
Malish.
order to, like,
It's really a
squeeze
big
out
step
every ounce of advantage you can, because again, you're going to be playing
because it's
less
kind of
time
related
than
to
other
what
people. The last thing I would say is, like,
this is
look for
this is what Diaphone was like going through with it. Like you need to find something that would relax you, right? So what if you've been stressed for a very long time? What if like your mental health is already like degrading? I mean, um, your mental health has been degrading for a very long time, and you're freaking picking fighting games for like I want to relax, so I'm gonna pick fighting games. Are you in the right mind? Something like that. That's the main reason. Always, always take care of yourself. Mazinga, hello. Thank you for the switch. Yeah, it's always been that one. If something is like not good anymore, try to find like other solution. Yeah, what a way to live. That is for sure.
cross synergies between fields. So one of the reasons I got into streaming was so
It's
I
a
could
good.
make
It's a
better
good
presentations.
thing.
I recognized
It's a
that,
good thing.
like, even like back when I was in school, I was really bad at like giving reports to class or
I already
hosting a
stretched by the
meeting,
way.
for example, or giving like a presentation. And doing streaming has helped me so much with that, right? And so it's like I can leverage skills from one area to another. It's kind of the same thing, like vice versa, right? So some of the things that I do in my career is like I have a really heavy focus on risk management, right? And I also do a lot of data analysis. And those are two things that I can apply to my content and I can apply to improving at fighting games, right? So there's certain things that you're going to have a distinct advantage over because of what you do in school or what you do in work, that you can apply it to your hobbies, and it's like your own unique advantage, right? So make sure you take advantage of that. I think it's really essential. So anyways, yeah, let me know what you think about that. I know it's a little more personal. I know it's a little more abstract. But I honestly do think that, like, if you are trying to juggle multiple things, not everyone that listens to this channel is a NEET. I think this is really important for learning to improve in fighting games is kind of managing your priorities and succeeding in multiple areas in life. One thing I notice is like, and one thing I think about a lot is, you know, if I was doing this full time and like I didn't have a secondary income to rely on or whatever, I'd be a lot more nervous when I play, right? Like I wouldn't have the confidence that I do. Like, you know, if I, how would I say, like if I lose a tournament, my life's not over. Like I don't have to worry about, you know, not being able to make rent because I can't win the match. I just go in with my full effort. I have fun and I enjoy it, right? And I
Yeah,
think
it's
there's a
so
lot of
true.
benefits to having, how would I say, multiple priorities. And I think, you know, taking advantage of that's essential. And best of luck to you guys. It's a lot of work. I can't lie. And but I know you guys can do it. So hope this helped. Anyways, if you like this kind of content, please consider like, sharing, and subscribing. It helps out the channel, helps me make more content like this. Consider leaving a comment down below if you have your own tips on how to
Hi,
juggle these kind
Maria.
of things. You know, I'm learning. I've talked to other people doing this sort of thing too, and we all
Actually, that's what's so true. Um, that's also me. That's the main reason I also work. I've been finding work because I want to enjoy fighting competing in a tournament without thinking that, oh, I might lose. Oh my gosh, if I lose here, I don't have money for my rent or something. At least if I lose in a tournament, if I lose, yeah, I still have money though. At least I enjoy the game. We don't need to think about it that much. It's always been that way. And actually, that's true. That's why if you're still trying to climb up the ladders, right? Have some self-thought with life. And that made me realize some things. I like the content. Thank you, XO.